on this computer. Okay, got it. So now we're running here. Okay, I know what I did here already. So see, I have no floor here either. So the fix to that is
This is not yours. This is mine.
this one's yours. I'm going to show you how to fix it.
Oh, okay.
It's the floor. So it's not a wall. It's the floor is only 4 or 8 inches. And on this house, if you'll notice, let me see if mine's open already. Yes, it is. Okay. Let me move this down. Okay. All right. So on mine, what you'll notice, see this right here? That's
Yeah,
actually
the bottom, I didn't know. What's that?
that's the floor. So that's the floor. That's not actually a wall. That's the floor.
You
So
just change the thickness of the floor?
yeah, it's that. Yeah, yeah, it's that easy. So we're at
It,
56 inches here. So if I go
Mhm.
back to yours, let's go back to yours. I gave you this one a little bit on purpose so that you would run into that. So that if like once you learn that and you struggle with it for so long, you'll never you'll get it every time. Because you're gonna run into it on almost every job that you got a different floor. Like the floor, you're always gonna actually when you pour the slab, it's always gonna be a 4-inch slab. But sometimes we have to make what's called a stem wall, which is we're making a footer all the way around that's higher. And this
Mhm.
house, so the way we build this house is we build like a wall all the way around the house on the bottom. And that's just like it's just like feet. It's not actually the house, it's just feet. And then inside of that, we pour dirt. So it's like a container
Mhm.
for the dirt, and then we pour the slab over the top. Let me
Oh.
see if maybe I can show you.
Because in this situation with Revit, we were drawing the foundation wall.
Yeah,
It wasn't we didn't
yeah, you
make
didn't do it
the
that
thick.
way. You actually put the foundation wall. Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you
but
ever
in here,
seen? Go ahead.
but in Chief Architect, I couldn't find the foundation wall. That's why I tried to extend the walls.
Yeah, they're in there. I don't use them. I do them manually. Have you ever seen what a stem wall looks like
Stem
in
wall?
in
No,
real
I
life?
think.
No? Okay, let me show you. Stem wall foundation with filter images. All right. Okay, so see like this is a split level. So this is
Mhm.
a stem wall here. You see how they have the rebars there? So they build all these walls and
Mhm.
then they put dirt inside. So this would be probably like a porch here, okay? And then this is the main house. And then the walls go up from there. So what we're doing on ours is the same thing basically. All this is just a stem wall foundation, and inside the house is all full of dirt. All this is filled with dirt. And then the house, the slab here is poured over the top. But rather than going and drawing a whole foundation, the way I do it is I just make the floors. Let's do it in here. I just make the floors thicker. Yeah, see, it's 8 inches. I think we gotta make these, what, 54 inches? Let's see. Let's try that and see if it works. Yep,
Yep.
fixed it. Same thing for the porch. So in the porch, you're just gonna scroll in here and double click. You're gonna open it up. Structure. Floor structure. Go 50. See what happens. There we go.
Okay.
And then here, it does this because of the rails. You see how it's got this drywall on the
Yeah.
outside? And you can take that off.
Because I draw the room separator, wall separator.
Yeah, but you did it right. You did it right with railings. You did a really good job because for the little bit of stuff that we covered in our little meeting, you figured a lot out by yourself. That's really good. You did a really good job.
YouTube video, especially for that's the terrier. What's that in front of the whole?
The columns?
No, not under the house. What's the ground that's
Oh,
calling
this
in
ground here? The turf? Yeah.
Yeah, I did with the YouTube video for the elevation, whatever
Yeah.
I
No,
did
you did a really good job there too, because this is really tricky as well. I usually don't cover this until later. And I
Yeah,
only do these. Yeah, you figured it out. That's good. I usually only do these like when I have a slope like this. That's when I'll do these. But usually I just draw a flat line and leave it.
because I've learned in Revit and I thought it's the same and I see that was the same one. And I have another question about the columns, about the the other porch, the back of the porch
The
that
back
is
one?
coming from the this one down to the top. I did
Mm-hmm.
separately and it doesn't look like the
Even?
same.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I wanted to know if I draw the wall. Is it something to have it as a column, draw it as a column, or just the wall is okay?
You can do it as the wall. But a lot of times you do run into like see all these little issues here. You'll run into that a lot because for some reason the program when you're working with it, it will offset when you're using walls. That's why like you'll see if you dissect one of my plans, a lot of times I'm doing everything with polygon solids because I can control and move them myself. And on the walls, it won't let you. The walls, it just says, this is where I'm putting the wall, and it won't let you actually like bend it or do anything with it. In this case, it's tricky because we have a railing, right? So the railing kind of makes things a little bit trickier. Let's yeah, you did it with a wall, which is fine. Let me see how I did mine and just double check. Okay, yeah, see mine were a little smoother. Let's see how I did mine. If these are walls. It is a wall. Now, how did I make mine so flat?
I didn't, the second floor is not matching mine that much on the first floor. That's why I did a mistake, but yours is great.
Okay, so yours is just a little bit off?
Yeah, mine second floor is a little bit, I should
Okay.
move a little bit front.
Okay.
And
Let's see.
I have a
Go ahead.
question about the interior, the first floor of the interior of the kitchen. Can you do the camera over there?
Yeah. Let me close this. Close this.
It's the second floor.
Yeah. Let me get to yours. Okay. Yeah, kitchen. And you want the camera? Okay.
I want to ask about cabinets in the not top in the
Base.
yeah on yeah that's I can click it to change it, but I don't know, sometimes it's coming like that way.
Oh, okay.
I don't
So,
know.
because are you saying because they come in backwards sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me see what's going on. Seven. Okay. See here, it's turned to the side. So you turn it here.
Oh, yeah.
We can, what size was it? 21? Yeah, see, so when you put it in, see the arrows? The arrows pointing that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It can't, it'll actually change directions. Let me see if I can get it to,
Oh my God, the rotate. I thought, it's something because it happened four, 3, 4 times. I thought it's something that when I drag it, it's something happened.
yeah, see, like now it's pointing down. You see the arrow?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's all
Mhm.
on how you drop it in. So if you pull up here towards the top, it thinks that you're trying to face it this way. If you pull it straight to the wall,
Mhm.
and when you see the arrow, then it should be fine. Let's go ahead and go to the camera. See, there it is.
And can you move the camera under the ceiling, under the just a little right? No, left. Sorry, I said
Left? Yeah.
yeah, left.
This way?
Yeah. Over there, a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a question about this ceiling, a little more to see the stairs. Yeah, about this ceiling, I couldn't match the stairs too.
Okay. Let me see what mine are at.
Yours is yours ceiling is coming down for that part. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't get to.
All right. Let me see what I did. This was a tricky plan, but you wanted a two-story, so I gave you a two-story. It could be a lot
Yeah,
worse than this, but this one was tricky. This one was not simple. But you seem like you knew a lot already from school, and you did. I mean, you did really well. You did a lot better than I thought you would. So that's good. Okay, here's mine. Let me go downstairs and point this way. Oh my gosh, mine's a mess.
I don't know why it's like that yours, but and it's detached. It's you see it's detached from the other stage, the other ceiling too.
Oh
And I
yeah.
don't know how to teach it too. Can you teach me how to detach the one ceiling to the other if you want to coming down or up?
Let me see what's going on. The problem with this plan was the customer made a lot of changes.
Yeah.
So that's probably something that he changed and then we didn't catch it. Let me see. That or that wasn't the finished set of plans. Okay, I got a 60 and 96. Okay. I already know what happened. That's at 96, and then this is 112. Okay, you see this area in here was at 96, and I need it to be 112. Structure. But wait a second. There, that did it. Because he
Yeah,
changed the ceiling height probably in the middle of the plan. And in doing that, we changed it, but it didn't change it for every single room. Let me see if I can make a default.
it's yours look really good, but I couldn't, do that the same. My setting it doesn't match the stairs.
Okay.
It has space between the stairs and ceiling, but yours now is good.
Okay, let me take a look at yours again. Let me move this. Can I just get rid of this? Yeah, okay. And then let me move it down here. Ish. Okay. Story.
You
That
see
one
my stairs.
Yeah, that one was yours. Let's get rid of this camera. Okay. So yeah, you have like that little lip right here, right?
Yeah, you see, it's weird. And whenever I click your stairs, it has in section number 1 and 2. But my section number is just 1. I don't know why.
Okay.
If you click your stairs, it's section number 1 and 2. You could have changed the one to the other. You see, I couldn't.
When you put in your stairs, how did you put them in? Do you remember?
Yeah, I pressed the stairs button.
Okay. Let's go ahead and
Then
let's do a, oh, you have a landing here. That's why.
yeah, I have one stay, one landing, and the other stay. You
All right,
didn't do
okay.
that?
No. Let me see if I can do a set of stairs for you. See this U-shaped
Oh,
stair? Yeah, we're gonna do
I
that.
didn't do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why. Because you did one and then you put the landing and then you did the other. See, this is why I have a 1 and 2, because this is combined all the way.
Okay, that's why.
Yep. That's good though. So you just go through all the stuff. This is how we usually do meetings. We go through all the stuff like this, and then you can pull it. Let me see what dimension I had on mine. I have
I think that was 40.
40 inches.
80.
Okay. Man, you remembered that? You're a sharp cookie. Pretty soon you're going to be teaching me, huh? 40 and 40. Okay, and then also you want to change it from automatic heights, because in automatic heights, it's going to just put whatever works, but there's like code, right? Like there's Florida building code, there's international building code, or not international, nationwide building code. So the stairs cannot be more than 7.25 inches, 7.25 inches tall. Right, so you have to make sure that when it builds these stairs, it doesn't build them more than 7.25 inches tall. This one's fine, it's 6 and 11, but I still change it. So I get rid of automatic heights. And then you have to lock something. So here we're going to lock the bottom and it's going to move the stairs up. Okay. 7.25. 7.25. And then hit OK. And then what I do, like with my stairs, is I like to see a cross section of them so I can see how they're hitting the floors. All right. So we're going to go in here to this back clipped. And we're just going to shoot a stairs shot. Let's do another one because that one didn't come in very good. That's better. Okay, here you see I've got this. It looks like my stairs came in too tall, right?
Because yours was 80, 40, 10, 7, but mine is now 8. That's why
80,
I
40.
think.
We have another problem in here.
No, yours is 8. Yours is 8.
Yeah, 80, 40, 10.
8.
Mm-hmm. So when we do yours, they need to match 80, 40. Then here where it says automatic treads, we're going to lock the tread depth.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to change the tread depth to 10. And we want 8 treads, right? 8. And then all the numbers lined back up. Okay. What did I put, like a wall in between these? Let me see yours.
I didn't draw the wall if it is a wall.
Yeah, there's a wall in between them.
Are you sure?
But something, I put some kind of a space in between them.
Wall is for the first floor that has a exit door. It's bottom of it. We already tried it.
Yeah, it's down there.
You see, it's inside of that wall.
Yeah. It's inside here, right?
Yeah.
Well, mine's a mess over here. Let's see. Oh no, mine's fine.
I think maybe I have a problem with that wall.
That's what it is. Okay, something cool that you can do with your stairs as well is you can open them. Fill style. You can change it. No, that's not there. Sorry. Transparency. Change it to 100.
That's wrong.
And now you can see everything underneath. Wait a second. Let me shut this door.
Oh, I got it.
You see what I did? Here, I'll do it again. You double click it.
Huh?
Fill style. and then you turn the transparency all the way up, and now you can see underneath, and now you can draw a double wall if you want. Or you can make that wall, this wall, probably be easier to make this wall. See, the stairs are in the way. If you hit tab, you can get to the next thing, the next layer. So I want to get to the wall. The stairs are in my way. Hit tab. Then we can open this wall and we can make it 8-inch. Let's push it out. See what it does. Is that one mine still? There we go. That's better. But we still have this issue here. What's going on here? Did I put a wall on top? Let's erase that.
Whenever you delete my stairs, you delete the wall too.
Okay,
That's
makes sense. That makes sense.
But it's okay. That was I think the problem was the stairs that I couldn't draw the U shape.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. But you got it now, right? You understand?
I understand.
Here.
I think I just had these problems. That's it, my problems.
So you're good with all this now? Do you want me to go ahead and fix all this, or do you understand what happened in here too?
In fix it. And I didn't know how to draw the top of the, between two stairs, you draw the traces, asphalt, and between the ceilings. I didn't draw those kind of things. I didn't know how to do that.
The tray ceilings? This house has tray ceilings in it too? Oh man, I threw you a bunch of stuff. All right, let me see. This house has tray ceilings?
Not that that was the
In the bedrooms?
yeah, this one. I didn't draw.
Oh my gosh, look at the mess I have going on in here. This guy, every time you get a file for this guy, it's always going to be like, because he makes changes. Like you'll have the whole house built, and then he'll say, no, raise this up to this level. And then he needs it in a row. So a lot of times, like these floor trusses, they'll stay like that because he needs it. So we don't go back and change everything. We just change something so that we can get it to the plans and the blueprints, but we don't change the 3Ds. So that's why this is probably like this. So let me see. Does it have tray ceilings? No, I don't see tray ceilings. What was your question on the ceilings?
It didn't say three ceilings. Did you see what was the wooden things that you draw?
Oh, the trusses. Okay. Yeah, so that is because he changed the elevations. So probably what he did is we had it at a certain height, and then he changed the height of the floors. So when he did that, we had all those trusses already in line, and then that messed everything up. So those wooden things are just trusses.
It's automatically designed, or
Yes and
you
no.
can.
So you tell it what you want to do, and then it will do it for you. But the floor in here, I did by myself. These are wrong. Those shouldn't be like that. Those should be different. It's tricky to teach somebody this because when you're doing floor trusses, it goes off of the ceiling, not the floor. So you're working on the floor, but you have to do it with the bottom floor ceiling is how you make it. So it's a little confusing, but you see they're all wrong where the heights are. They need to be lower. But the roof trusses, they're a lot easier to do. You draw them. So let me see. Do mine.
I drew my ceilings. I just pressed automatically. It drew. I don't know how to do trust.
So if you were to do the roof trusses, let's do a set of roof trusses up here. Delete. So on yours, if we go ahead and we look at the framing. No, let's go here, and then you click on this. It'll show you the framing. All right, so you don't have anything there, right? Now, let's drop some trusses in. You're gonna come here to the roof framing tools. This is a truss. You're gonna put it in. What am I working? Yeah, that's fine. The first one, we're gonna put 7 feet off the front. Okay. And then we're gonna build off of that. I'm gonna come in from this corner and snap in. These are called king jacks. So we're gonna put these in. And then right here, you're gonna pull one down. Pull one down. And then we're gonna run these 24 inches on center. 4. Hit OK. We'll run some this way. We'll run some this way. The edges are tricky. Turn this off. Now here we're gonna do the same. We're gonna run them in like this. Won't let me do that one because it's too small. Let's do it again. There we go. And then from there, what I'll do is I'll run one from here to here and one from here to here. Sometimes I try to flip it over to the other side, but it doesn't always work. So I'll try to do that there, copy it, reflect. It's got to make sure that you're on the middle. And there they are on the other side. See, they're a little bit off. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
And then to fill out the corners, we have to use roof blocking. So we'll do a little block here, a little block here. Again, we're gonna there, and we're gonna reflect about the center part. And now if we look, oh, that's mine. That's mine. Oh, I didn't put, okay, let's put the camera up. You have some trusses here. All right, to finish it out, now we would run see this one probably me see how I ran mine. Oh no, that's still yours. Did I close my plan out? No, I
No,
didn't.
no, yours is over there.
Okay, this is mine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine, I just ran it here and then I ran them across. Okay. Put another truss in here. Six, 10, 7 feet. Okay. And then we're gonna run one here, here. Basically, it's gonna be the same thing. You would run them here, here.
24.
You just pull it in. It's already defaulted to 24. So we're good. You just click on that. You pull those in. Probably could get another one in. Maybe come down here and do it from there. Okay. Two, three. Grab my blocking.
Blocking should be every corner or start to end of the roof.
It's gonna be on the end of the right here on the corner where this truss won't fit anymore. So if we look, you look in here, this won't fit anymore. So they have to just put one piece of wood instead of a truss. So that's what the blocking is. If it's an end piece that's a gable, then you wouldn't have to have blocking. You know what a gable is, yeah?
Gable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No? Yeah,
No,
okay.
I don't.
No? Okay. So a gable end would be, let's go ahead and do a different roof. So a gable end would be if you took the roof plane and you pulled one from this side and one from this side, connect them in the middle. Oh, you got different heights. 12 inches.
A gable is like this.
Yep. So if I took a regular view of this, that's a gable there. Okay, so if we were to put a truss there now, put one in. That's what the truss would look like. Okay.
Mhm.
So you would not need blocking on these. These would run, if we ran these guys, they would run like this. Your end gable is always gonna look different than the inside gables.
Mhm.
Well, these all look the same, but you typically an end gable, me, the end gable has so many things going up and down because you need that because you're putting material on the outside. You're either going to be putting stucco over it, right? So you need to like have a lot of pieces of wood so you can nail all that stuff in. The inside gables, you aren't, they're only for support, so they run like this. I'll show
Mhm.
you how the leggings go on those. 1 second. Let's pull this back a little farther. Get rid of this and this. Press here. Hopefully it did it right. See how these trusses look different than these? Yeah, so these, because you're not nailing anything to it, you don't need a piece of wood every 16 inches. Okay? This is only for support. Those legs are only for support. So outside gables always look like that. Inside gables look like that. But that's a gable end. So let's go ahead and undo all this stuff that I just erased on yours. Okay, that's good. Back a little farther. All right, so you get this part here, and then you can take all these and then flip them to the other side. That center. So we have that there. Then to finish it off, you would just grab one of these. We'll run it all the way across.
Mhm.
And your roof is built. Quick. To do the floors, I'll teach you another day because that's, like I said, it's super complicated. And you even have to start turning on and off wall layers in order to do it.
Mhm.
And I was struggling with trying to figure out how am I going to do this, how am I going to do this, and then I figured out, okay, I need to take and make the second story walls only on one layer for second story walls so that I can erase them. All right, but I'll show you on another day how to do those. What other questions do you have?
And what foundation that you said you're gonna teach me?
You ready for foundations? All right, let's go ahead and go in there. Let's see. Oh, no, I do need to keep that. Okay. This house is tricky for foundations because it's got like a wall on it with the second story, but let's take a look at what I have. Okay. Yeah, let's not use this one for foundations because you see I have diamonds and I have squares. Most of the time
Yeah.
you're only running squares. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The diamonds means that it's got a piece of rebar for just the stem wall underneath. And then
Mm-hmm.
we have our regular wall, and that's got another piece of rebar in it. So it's going to get kind of confusing for you to like realize that you got rebars on top of rebars on top of rebars. Let's just focus
Yeah.
on one floor, and we'll that way you understand basic foundations, and then we'll work you up to this stuff later on.
Okay.
I'm going to get out of this plan. You did a really good job though on the two-story because they're tricky, especially the stairs. The stairs are super tricky. All right, let's do a new plan. Let's do it. Man. Trying to think of a good plan to do, like whether I should draw it from scratch. Let's just draw one from scratch. Here, we're just going to draw a house. Let's get a house that we have open plan. Let's open Peachland. All right, this is what typically most of the time foundation plans look like. Okay,
Okay.
so all these squares is a indicator of where we're sticking a piece of rebar into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you're not sticking it into the wall. You already have it. When you pour the slab, they have those rebars already in. You've seen it, right? Because you
Yeah.
understand that part. And then they stack the CMU blocks over them. And then this is every single place where we're putting a piece of rebar and where we're going to be filling the cell full of concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you understand that. You've been taught that already?
Yeah, I know what's that, but I don't know how to draw you're drawing the rectangle and
Yeah.
what's it
I'll show
and
you. So to do these little boxes,
Mhm.
I usually draw them 6 by 6, 6 inches by 6 inches.
Okay.
You can open it. You can change the fill to solid, and you can change the color. Okay. Usually what I do is I'll just grab it from the corner. I place it on this corner, and then I move it up 1 inch and over 1 inch. Okay. Then from there, by code, you
Every
have
four.
to have a filled cell every 4 feet at minimum. Okay. Which is why these are all at 4 feet. All right. So I was to turn these off. Turn these off. Oh, I can't turn that off. So typically what I would do is I would run from there. Hit it again. I would change this to 48 inches. Hit OK. And then you just drag it all the way up. You see how it's hitting the window in the middle? That's fine. I still run it all the way up. And then I change accordingly. So here I can get rid of this one. And this one here, tab, I can get rid of. And I just kind of clean it up after the fact.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. You just have to make sure that you have one every 4 feet, and on every window opening, every door opening, you need to have a piece of rebar on either side, because that's how you tie the lintels to the top. You know what a lintel is? I showed you, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll show you an opening. Window and
Until is of the opening of the window or door.
yep, window and door opening lintels. That's a lintel. See, it's kind of like a bridge.
Yeah.
Then they put a piece of rebar inside of it and they fill it with concrete. Okay. And then on top of that goes the bond beam. This is an example. So this right here is a bond beam. This gets filled with concrete as well. Okay. The lintel is like a bridge across every door, garage doors, everything, regular doors, they all have lintels. This is like a bridge that gets a piece of rebar inside of it and it's filled with concrete. Okay. So how we tie the lintel to the foundation is with these rebars on the side of the windows. That's why you're going to see one always on either side of the window and on every door. You see, the doors have them too.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and you stack all of your blocks here accordingly, 4 feet. And then you come back in, and then you're going to put one on every window on either side, and just make sure that there's nothing over 4 feet. So that's that part.
The interior walls, nothing.
So interior walls don't get because they're frame, unless they're a bearing wall, unless they're carrying a load over the top, you don't have to do anything to it. So that's why you don't see any walls inside of here. The only walls you're going to see are walls that have plumbing inside, because they need to know where they're going to put the hole in the concrete slab where the plumbing is going to go. Okay. Because they run all these pipes beforehand, then they stick them up and then they pour the slab. Okay. So you have to show where the wall is, so that when the plumber comes before they pour the slab, he knows I need to put a pipe 2'2" off of this wall here. Okay. And then 3'5", I need another one from there. And then he'll run the line again at 6'7", and then the toilet is at 3'5". All right. Then
What are the circle things inside of the interior walls of the garage?
okay, those are bolts. Because this here, every garage has like a step to it, right? So every garage is gonna be weight bearing, load bearing wall, and they're always gonna have these bolts inside. Those bolts can look 2 ways. It can be a J bolt, which looks like this, and it needs to have a square washer on it. And those, they stick in before they pour it with concrete. Okay. So they can use J bolts, or they can use They can come in after the fact, and they can put in like these Titan bolts, 1/2 inch. Which are these, or they'll put in 1/2 inch mechanical bolts. Or these bolts.
Mhm. And I
Okay.
have a question. Every bearing wall has these bolts?
Yeah, every bearing wall is going to need a bolt. Okay.
Mhm.
If it's 4 inch, 6 inch, 8 inch, it doesn't matter. They're going to carry these bolts. It can be
Okay.
any kind of these bolts. It can be a J bolt. It can be see, we have mechanical bolts at 32 inches on center. So as
Mhm.
long as the inspector is not going to care, as long as there's some kind of a 1/2 inch bolt in there, whether it be a J bolt, 1/2 inch mechanical bolt, or one of those Titan bolts. Okay.
Okay.
So
And the distance between them is 4 feet too? Like
yeah, 32
the
inches on center minimum. Okay. So we run those there. That's what that note's for. This is the slope of the concrete in the garage. You want any water that gets in there, because garages, they're waterproof, but in case water gets in, you want the water to slope out. Okay.
Yeah.
So they run a 2% slope there. You're going to run a 2% slope on all of your porches. Okay. Front porch, back
Okay.
porch is going to have a 2% slope. What else?
When you draw it, you just
These notes,
choosing.
I take these from in here. I think I have one. Foundation plan notes and details. If you open it,
No, I'm talking about the notes. I'm talking about the slope that you using for the porches.
yeah,
Uh, you just you you just write it, or you
just write
doing
it.
it,
Just write it.
or
We
just
don't actually do it. Yeah, because it's such a minimal slope.
yeah, it's not
Yeah,
that much.
yeah, we don't draw it in 3D. But any
Okay.
details that you need for your foundation are going to be in here. You can even grab like some of these guys. All these
Mhm.
notes are already in here. So
Okay.
typically what I'll do is I'll come in and I say, okay, for this plan, I need this note, this note, this note, that. I know I need that. And I just come around and I pick everything I know I'm going to need. And then after I'm done, I hit down here, you can hit copy. Then I'll come over here and I'll just pick a spot and I'll paste it like over here. And then I'll just grab it as I need it and I just paste it in.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's how I got all this stuff. Here you can see that we're putting in our elevation. It's 4 inches below finished floor because it's a garage. So you're going to have a step down, right? And then your front porch, you're going to have a step down. Your back porch, you're also going to have a step down. To make those, you can either grab them from the other plan. If you want to make one from scratch, you go here to marker, you drop it in. Then you can type in your text. You can hit finish elevation. And then this is actually the finished floor, so we'll go that. And then you have it there. So the finished floor is always going to be 0. And then anything above the finished floor, you would put AFF, above finished floor. Anything below finished floor is BFF, below finished floor. Okay. So that is that. So see here, I have one here, I have one here, I have one here. Then you're gonna need this note here that says that, this, we're pouring a slab. The slab inside of the building is always gonna be 2,500 PSI unless we tell you otherwise. It needs to have all this information, 2,500 PSI concrete slab with fiber additive on 16 mil plastic, VB, which is Veribond, lapped 6 inches and taped over clean, compacted, and termite treated fill dirt. What that means is you're pouring the concrete, they're adding a fiber additive into the concrete, and that plastic, what it's for is that there's a gas that comes up from dirt when it's sitting. And if you actually have a slab sitting there, that gas can get into the house and people can die from it. So we have to put a plastic and tape it, and it's got to be like hardcore tape, 6 inches on center. So they have to overlap it 6 inches, then tape it real good. So the gas has to go around the sides of the house to get out. So you're only going to have to put that lapped and taped over the soil note on anything interior. If it's out here, you don't need it because this is a porch. If it's not inside, the gas can escape. Okay. So that's that note. And the garages, instead of 2,500, because you're parking cars on it, 3,000 PSI. Okay. Unless we tell you otherwise. Around every door, we usually put a recess so the door can swing open and close so they can set it in. And then after that, they can fill it. A 3/4 inch door recess looks like this. You've seen it on most doors. You just probably never notice them, but it's that's what it is. It's that one little lip, and that's just so that there's room to place the door in, and then afterwards we can adjust it on site to fill up whatever we need to fill up. So how we do those is we put 3/4 inch recess and slab. We put the note, and then these, I usually make them. Like I'll come in and I'll just grab a corner where the door is. Let me erase this one. So I'll just come in and I'll just drop it like this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And so you have that there. Then see, I hatched these walls. This wall I have hatched with angles because it's a plumbing wall. Okay.
Okay.
You see it's got a washer, it's got a sink.
Thank
You notice this one appears in the bathroom, so it's got a plumbing wall. Okay. There's that. Here we're running a thick and dense slab. You ever seen a thick and dense slab?
No.
No? I'll show you. It's not good. That's a thick end slab. It's kind of like a monolithic, but it's not running the rebars up. So this one is only running the rebars inside. We actually have a detail for a thick and dense slab inside the foundation notes, I think. Yeah. Maybe I don't have one in here. Yeah, here it is. That's a thick and dense slab there. You run the rebar all the way around. It's just a little bit thicker on the edge. We usually run those on porches, like on nicer houses. That way the front of the porch doesn't sag. And here you notice you have all your foundation details. So this is a load-bearing wall at a garage step. That's how that's built. You would have to change it if it was a 6-inch wall, you would have to come in and change that to say 6 inches. Okay. This is a regular load-bearing wall inside, but notice it still's got its bolts, right? That's a masonry column. It's running a bunch of rebars. I think it's running 4. And this is when you connect one slab to the other. This is your legend that you would come in and take this for your foundation plan. If I were to open Peachland Layout, you see here I have the legend underneath. You change it accordingly. So you like I didn't need everything out of that other legend. So you can just change it as you go. So you go in here and you take stuff out or add it as needed. So that is that. And then this is the worst part about doing this is you have to do the foundation part, and the way we do it is we draw it like this. You come in, you take a line or a box, open it, line style, hit OK. And this footer is 24 by 10. So we need to go in and put 2 dimensions. We're gonna run 8 inches. And then 8 inches. You're gonna run it out here. You're gonna put a break. This is the worst part of it. It takes forever. It doesn't really take forever. It takes a while though. And you gotta run it all the way up, and you're gonna have to do the same thing again. We could technically be putting foundations on it, and it would do this for you, but I've had so many problems with the program not putting the foundations that I wanted correctly that I just stopped trying. So I'll probably try again because they just did an update and I downloaded it last week. So I'll try to play with the foundations again and see if it'll do them properly. So we don't have to do this anymore. But as for now, just gonna have to do it this way until further notice.
This is the foundation stem wall.
Yeah, but it's just a CAD lines. It's not real foundation. It every time I've tried to use the defaulted foundation stuff, it's come out bad. And I spent more time trying to fix it than if I would have just drawn these lines.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try it again. Like I said, probably maybe even tomorrow because it's the 4th. So maybe I'll just use the time to play around in the program and try new things and see if I can get it to work. But for right now, that's how we do it. We got to do it around all the edges. Okay. It takes probably
Yeah,
like 7 minutes on a house like this.
and how about the interior too?
Yeah. So if it's a load bearing wall on the inside, yep, you would run it all the way around and then you would do another one inside here. So let me go ahead and I'll just knock it out for you so you can see how I would do it. Let's do it this way. Let's run it here. And this one this way.
Hmm.
So now we can go, oh no, see, pull this out. Yeah.
And now you can change the dimension.
Yeah, and then you gotta do all these. Then you would just click 8 inches, 8 inches, like this one. Where's this one at? And you come back in and you erase them. That one's already at 8. This one. Okay, and then you get in here, and what you would do for this wall, because this is a bearing wall, is you put a break here.
Yeah, another break over there.
Mm-hmm. And then pull it, and you do the same thing here. And then you would put in your dimensions and just put it to whatever it is. I think in here is, should have a note for the footer. Maybe it doesn't. It's probably a 24-inch footer. So you would just do the 24-inch footer. Let's see what the layout says. Yeah, 20-inch. load bearing wall at garage step is a 20-inch footer. So that is that part, and then what else
Sorry,
is
how about doors? In in the foundation plan, doors look like that. I don't know what's
so the
yeah.
doors?
Or
Yeah, so there's no, usually when you do a foundation plan,
Mhm.
let me draw something for you real quick here. Let's put some doors in it. When I drop these doors in, it'll say doors are not visible. See? Doors is not
Mhm.
displayed, so there's no door there. So it's just going to show it
Mhm.
as openings, okay? And that's why we put in these, just to show that we got to, when they pour the slab, they got to make sure that where the doors are, they put a little recess in it, okay? Otherwise the door won't fit. They won't be able to put the door in. They'll have to chisel away at the slab. But that's how doors look generally when you do a foundation plan. You just come in and you fill it all up.
Okay.
Then the last, go ahead.
About the foundation plan, you see, whenever we're drawing the second floor, we're just going to near the step bottom and press it and to say we're doing the top floor or down floor. And how about the foundation?
So the foundation plan, you're never going to have a second story
Mm-hmm.
because you're only drawing the concrete of the house, right? So you're only drawing,
Mm-hmm.
unless the only time you would have a second story foundation plan is if they were running concrete blocks all the way up 2 stories.
No, no. My question was, sorry, my English is not good. I
No, you're
cannot
doing great.
understand.
No worries.
Um, whenever we're drawing the second floor, we have the another. We're choosing the second floor for drawing that. For drawing that, for the foundation, what we are doing. For example, you want to start to draw the foundation. You are on the first floor. You drawing the first plan floor. Then what you're gonna do to go to the foundation floor to draw the foundation?
Okay, so I draw the floor plan, right? So you're saying from here, how do I get to foundation?
Yeah, yeah. From here, how you going to the foundation tab to start to draw it? You
Good
cannot
question.
draw it
Yeah, good question.
for.
So you draw your house, okay?
Mhm.
Let's just put stuff in here.
Okay.
Got a bug in here. You can draw your walls. It's not going to make anything perfect, just something. Okay,
Okay.
let's put doors. All right, let's say that I had the whole house already drawn, okay? So to work on your foundation plan, you see this up here, it says floor plan.
Mhm.
You're just going to go to foundation plan.
It's
Open it.
already have it in the
Mm-hmm.
chief architect.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's ready to go. And the nice thing
Yeah.
is like if you're working in the floor plan and you make a change, let's say we don't want this toilet anymore, okay? You change it, you get
Okay.
rid of it. If you go to all of the plans that have anything to do with it, it erases it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I put it back, there it is.
Okay.
Same
I got
thing. Like this is the, like just think of this as this is the house, and all you're doing is you're working in it, but you want to work on the roof, so you go to the roof framing plan layer, and it turns off all the other layers. You can just work on the roof. So if we come in here and see foundation plan, you go framing roof plan view. That's the roof plan. You want to do the electrical part, then you go to the electric plan, and it shows you just the electrical. So that's the nice thing, is it turns the layers on and off for you, and it's all in the same place. So if you erase a wall, it'll erase like all the outlets on the wall, the toilet, or not the toilet, the outlets, the light switches, everything. Okay. Okay. We go back to foundation. I think we're almost done with foundation. The only other thing, if you're running an island, you have to have electricity to the island, which means that they have to put a tube with electrical outlets inside before they pour the slab. Okay. Otherwise, they'd have to chisel the concrete to put the electric in there. So you have to put this electric conduit in slab to island, and you let them know kind of where the island is. So he can go ahead and, or she can go in and put the electric in the ground. And then anywhere there's a drop in elevation, you need to specify it. So here I put drop, and then this is to specify the door is here, the drop is here.
What does it mean drop?
Drop, the floor is going to drop 4 inches. And then you'll find that inside of your foundation plan notes and details. If you go to any one of these and you find a door, you see it'll say door drop. You can just pull it from here. You copy it and then move it over. Or you can draw your own. Easy way to draw your own is, let's say we want to get rid of this one. You can draw something that just looks like this. Sometimes you can specify the length of the drop, 4-inch drop, or you can just put drop. That. So either one of those will work. And then you just line it up however you need it. And there you go. Let's see, anything else? 24 by 10 stem wall. Oh, the hose bibs.
I don't know what's that too.
Yep, you gotta put in your hose bibs so they know where to put the hoses. So to do the hose bibs, you gotta go into core catalogs. It's gonna be under irrigation, I want to say. Exteriors, irrigation, yeah, hose bibs and accessories. You just drop it in. And you can put it in like that. And then you just, I usually type in hose bib with an arrow. They know where it is. Because you don't have to put dimensions for it. They just need to know, oh, I need to run plumbing to this corner of the house. And then you got it there.
And whatever is important for the foundation, electricity and plumbing.
Yep, electricity and plumbing, if it's going underground, okay? If they got to pour a slab on it, because foundation plan is the concrete slab and the footers of the house. You're building the floor of the house. All right. So the electrical, they don't need to know where ceiling fans are and stuff like that, but they do need to know if I need to run a tube in the ground, a pipe in the ground for the outlet inside of the island. Because by code, every cabinet needs to have an outlet on it. Okay. So yes, plumbing is especially important on that because they need to know where all these pipes are going. And then the blocks. This is what, like, the majority of the time when you're working, you'll spend most of your time in the foundation plan because there's so many little things to it. You know, after you get past this, then you have to draw your details. So no, this is not all of the foundation plan here. If you notice, this is part of the foundation plan. We have this, you have your legend, and then here we have all of the details for every single wall that's running inside this house. This is the front porch section. This is the regular wall. This is the back porch wall. This is the garage step wall. And this is a detail for control joints in the slab. A control joint is like where you want it to crack if it's going to crack. So they go in and they'll pour the slab, and then they'll go in and they'll put lines in the slab to make it weaker in certain spots so that if it's going to crack, it just cracks there. I'll show you what a control joint looks like. There we go. That's a good example of one. See? So they'll put those in so that if it cracks, it's more prone to crack in those spots. So the customer doesn't see big cracks all over their slab. It's hidden inside of here. Okay. All right. So that's that part. And then what you need to do is tell it, okay, so this is detail O1S1. So you go to the plan on the foundation and you say, where's O1S1? Oh, this is an O1S1 wall. Where else? O1S1, O1S. Everywhere, every wall, you got to put one O1S1. Okay. And then you see here, I got a O3S1. What's an O3S? Oh, back porch. Boom. There it is. And then over here, we have the O2s. The O2S1 here. So when they're going to build the wall, they could say, okay, this is this wall. So yeah, so your plans should look, this is how your floor plan should look with your dimensions. And then over here, these are your door schedules. And then this is all the notes that you need for this particular plan.
Mhm.
Your elevation should look like this.
Mhm.
And then your foundation should look like this. As you go deeper in the plan, this is what your roof framing plan should look like with all these details on the side. But notice they're not as, like this, you have to draw a lot of these on your own. On this page, a lot of these is already done for you. You just grab and paste it in. So once you get here, it's not so bad. You're almost done. This is all cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste. Super easy. Same thing, cut and paste. And then your electrical plan will take you a little bit of time, but it's not as bad as the foundation plan either. So once you learn foundation plans and like that page, how to get that whole page done, majority of your work, like you already know how to do.
Mhm.
What other questions do you have?
I think I don't have question for now, but I wanna that you send this simple plan that I work from the foundation and whatever and I wanna make as a PDF um that you did it already, and I wanna go some details to see how you are doing to learn more stuff about the detail, or if I have any question, I'm gonna ask for the next meeting.
Okay. So do you want to work on this house? This house is easy.
Yeah, one of these ones, like as this one simple because it's foundation, it
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
it.
You're right. Yeah, this house is pretty simple and it's a nice house. Like you can work on this house, you could put it in your portfolio because it's a nice looking house. You see,
Mhm.
this part here, you might run into problems with this stuff, but don't worry about this stuff
Okay.
because that's just stuff that I put in extra. But it's a nice looking house. It's an average
Yeah.
house, you know, not too fancy, not too. Um, but yeah, I'll give you this house so you can practice. I'll send it to you in an email, and I'll send you the layout. I'll send you the plan itself, and I'll send you a PDF. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
I think I don't know. Right
Okay.
now I don't have any
If you're working in it and you run into a question, you can text me and say, "Hey,
Okay,
I'm having a problem with this." Um,
okay,
the other girls that work with us, this to say like they'll text me, "Hey, I got an issue with this." Sometimes they'll say, "Hey, I'm available. Can you jump on Zoom?" And I'll answer it for you. Or I'll say, "Send it to me. I'll fix it and I'll send it back to you and I'll do a Zoom meeting, um,
okay.
like a video, and I'll load it to YouTube so you can see how I did it." So there's different
Yeah,
ways that I can help you. Even if I can't help you right that second, I can always like in my own like time when I got a second, shoot a video, upload it and say, "Hey, this is how I did it." And then you can watch it and it'll be to your plan specifically for you so you can work through it. Okay?
okay, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure. Enjoy the holiday.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. I will. All right. It was nice talking to you.
Nice to talk to you too.
Bye
See
bye.
you. Bye bye.